Warning, the following presentation contains cold, hard truths that might change the way you think. Viewer discretion won't do you any good now.
Now, this is just something that I cannot resist doing. There's really not any dire need for this. Anyone with a brain knows that Red Dead Redemption 2 is not exactly a bad game. There are times when I'm given very easy material, and I just like to swoop in and take advantage. The game came out last night. Just the fact that anyone even reviewed the game at all this soon after it was released, that alone is suspect. I do not like Westerns. Infinite sandbox, no active gameplay. 4 consoles. The worst gaming experience in the last few years. The worst. I mean, worse than Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, worse than whatever. That's rational. I might change my outlook later, but I went in expecting it to be on Nintendo's level of quality, but it wasn't. Really, Nintendo? In terms of what? Graphics? I just stopped playing after getting it at midnight, so it's good for a long play as I'm not finished, but so far it's very repetitive and very slow. I don't recommend it until a price drop later on. So, I'll give the game a 0 for now, but it might be a good game when the price drops. But no, 0. Still a 0. Player movement is really killing this game for me. Slow and clunky. Looks nice, though. See, now that I can live with. That's true. The game has clunky movement, just like every Rockstar game. And a 3 is a little more rational than a 0. Game graphics seem a bit blurry on PS4 Pro, and it doesn't run as well as what I was seeing in the videos they showed leading up to the release, so 0. Yeah, every demo looks better than the actual release. We've established that by now. But just because the game is a bit blurry, 0. Okay. Can't even begin to explain how disappointed I am. I almost dare to say it's the most boring game ever made in my 30 years of gaming. Wow, so someone that isn't a 10-year-old is writing these reviews? That's disappointing. Okay, the scenery is nice, like most recent next-gen games, nothing more, nothing less, but the faces of the characters are so last-gen, it hurts my eyes, LOL. Dude, the faces in this game look amazing. I don't know what you're playing. I've actually sat and stared at people's faces for minutes at a time. They look amazing. The most boring experience I've had in gaming since forever. 10 hours in, and this game offers nothing outside of horse riding and fetch quests. Okay, you're obviously not playing the main story quest, but okay. Gunplay is just a GTA copy-paste. No, it's a Red Dead copy-paste. People joke left and right about walking simulators in games, but this is a literal horse riding simulation. Stay the fuck away from this. Yeah, the beginning is kind of slow. I don't disagree, but to give the whole game a 0 because the beginning is kind of slow? Come on. Just a horse riding simulator, ride horse, shoot something, get bored. How can all these people give it a 10 when it's been out mere hours? How can you give it a 0 when it's been out mere hours? Are you kidding? I mean, really? These people clearly did not get past the opening prologue mission. There's a lot of horse riding in it. Yeah. Did you get past that part? When there's a lot of shooting? Did you even reach that? Shooter for brain dead players. Pause time and do 10 headshots. Did you play the first Red Dead? Like, what do you think this game is? The first thing to note is that this game is huge. It takes up a lot of space on the drive and is a massive memory suck. It's really clunky. I'm running it on a brand new ROG Power laptop. What are you talking about? The game isn't even out on PC. How is he running it on a laptop? The gameplay is also problematic. I've played for a couple hours and the missions have become repetitive and tedious. You didn't even play the game. You're clearly lying. I mean, fuck you. A game with great potential ruined by a terrible company? Hope Rockstar learns one day? I'm guessing this is someone being butthurt that it isn't out on PC. I mean, look at this. The game is good, and the situation with PC boyers is terrible because I'm the owner of the computer for a decent amount of money. I don't want to buy a console, and why I don't see the PC version. Okay. Here we have a person that can't speak English, can't write a review to save their life, clearly didn't even play the game. To write a game review, I think you should, I don't know, play the game? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. The worst game I've ever played. Completely overrated due to its graphics and visual effects. Alright, whatever, dude. Go to a therapist. So the game could be good, but just because some people overrated it, you're going to give it a 0? Why don't you give those people a 0? Why don't you criticize a blog or a review for overhyping something? Why is that the game's fault? I've been waiting for this game for quite a while. I have to say I'm disappointed. One, just because you play GTA 5 doesn't mean you know how to work the controller. That is true. Some people are new to gaming, and a how-to would be awesome. Online play? Rockstar should have done a better job at saying no online play until way later. They should have done a better job at saying no online play. It's almost ready. It's 1 more month. Calm the fuck down. But they are in the business of making money. God, you unappreciative psychos. Very overdone game. Media has given too many points. Media has given to, what is CNN giving the game a review? Here's just a Russian bot. Man, they're deleting reviews left and right. There used to be a review on here of a guy complaining that there was no Russian voice acting. I mean, I'm so slow that I couldn't even make this video in time to catch these reviews. They're deleting the shit out of them. And good. Because they're fucking stupid as shit. I mean, there were reviews on here that were like, oh, Rockstar doesn't want to release the game for PC? 0. The game is full of bugs, flying NPCs, invisible animals, and horses with magnets on their hooves. Plus, my game crashed once. Feels like a DLC of Red Dead Redemption with better graphics. Yeah, it's called a sequel. You spend more time hunting than doing anything fun. I really dislike the pace of the story. Oh my god. What game did you guys think you were going to play? Did you play the last one? It's the same thing. It's the same thing, only better. Yes, it looks like quality, but the gaming industry needs a slap in the face. This is just another open world fetch quest, but newer graphics and cowboy skins. There are not just fetch quests in this game. See, this is how you know these people didn't even play the game. They didn't even play it. Wasted 80 Canadian dollars thinking this was going to be heaven's gift to mankind. Dude, I hope you're kidding. I mean, very pretty game with an extremely generic open world and bland combat. Bland combat? What do you want, a frickin' giant sword and magic spells? It's a frickin' Western. If you thought cowboys didn't have a whole lot to do, then you were right. Again, did you guys play the last game? I don't know how you could play the last game and then make comments like this. Like, you don't even know what you're playing here. You don't even know what you bought. Grand Theft Auto 5 DLC mixed in with Assassin's Creed 3? Okay. Whatever the fuck that means. That's what I've gotten from this after 10 hours of play. Won't bother finishing it as I'm bored now. Aw, too bad for you. Too grindy and not much going on than the usual stuff that we've already played in a Rockstar game a million times over already. Oh, really? Skinning animals, that was in GTA 5? Runs poorly with bad frame rate dips and clunky controls. Just watch someone stream it. Really? So if you hate a game, you're gonna waste time watching someone play it? Is that something that people do? Jesus fucking Christ, what a depressing way to live. My review keeps getting taken down. No other reason than manipulating user review scores. Yeah, I'll tell you why they're taking your shitty reviews down. Because you guys didn't even play the game. No other reason than manipulating user review scores to increase user overall rating is frankly... How about the fact that you're giving a game a 0? That's manipulating. Nothing deserves a 0. Even if a game is just a title screen and that's it, that's worth a 1. If the game has a character that you can move around with a controller, that's worth a 2 or a 3. If you're able to finish the game, that's a 4. I'm sorry. Nothing is worth a 0. You sound like a psychopath. It has issues with frame rate at times. It's about 30 frames a second versus 60, which it should be. Who the fuck told you this game was going to run at 60 frames a second? Do you see the graphics that are on this screen? Like, in what planet is that going to run at 60 frames a second? Stop smoking crack. The music is good, but not great. It's Western music. It sounds exactly like the last one. It's perfect. Gameplay mechanics is nice, but nothing really changed. Basically, this is a nicer version of the first one. So why is it a 0? Why is it a 0? Oh, I get it. You're giving it a 0 just because Metacritic is taking down your reviews. Wow. So you're no better than someone manipulating review scores. Okay. I'm trying to apply logic and rational thinking to these psychos, and there's no point. It's just a waste of time. Everything I'm doing right now is a waste of time. What the fuck am I doing? Fuck these idiots. I'm going to go play the game.